Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for liking, for subscribing, and for being here. This is a reading I've been hearing all day I should be doing for Gemini from my spirit guides. I kept hearing Gemi. I have no idea if any of you Geminis go by that name or if you use that nickname, but I kept hearing Gemi. Do a reading for Gemini. Gemi. So, Gemini, you're up. I have no idea what that means. I'm using this beautiful oracle deck I was gifted for my birthday. I'm an Aquarius, and I'm so excited to enjoy this oracle deck. I'm sorry, tarot deck. It is, I'll put a link below for the Egyptian deck. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. I absolutely love doing readings with it, and it seems to be really connecting with the people I've been doing the readings for. A beautiful Capricorn sent it to me. So let's see what your spirit guides have for you. This is for any Gemini at all, and any Gemini placements you have. So enjoy. Thank you to those of you who've bought me coffees, who have emailed me for personal private readings. I am extremely grateful for all of your kindness and generosity. I don't even have words for the gratitude for all of you that have liked, subscribed, shared, made comments. All of that really does wonders for me, for the channel, and allows me to do what I do for all of you, which is really what I truly enjoy doing more than anything. Wow, this is a really powerful reading. No wonder Gemini Spirit wanted me to talk to you. Something is really going on here. Let's see if they have anything else. There was just a couple more cards in my hand. Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Goddess of Fire. That's like saying the Queen of Fire, if you will. Or the Queen of Fire. Sorry, I've gotten used to, it's like saying Queen of Wands. I'm just looking at them because sometimes I'll get, I'll be drawn to one card first to like start your reading. So I'm getting that, and this can be for, you know, like I said, any placement you have a Gemini. Gemini Moon, Gemini Venus, Gemini North Node, Gemini Sun. You can be a cross watcher. This could resonate with you. This is a timeless reading. So Gemini, whenever you watch this is the right time for you. So I was really being drawn to this card first. This is the Five of Blades. I think in this deck they call it the Blades. Or Five of Swords, as you would know it. And it's just so prominent how they're all kind of coming to a point. As you can see, like right here. I feel like you're stuck in your head about something. It actually makes me think of a spider web, and that's really not what Egyptian mythology creates. But it is definitely a web. I'm hearing it's the web you weave, Gemini. It's the web you weave. I get you, you're stuck in your head about something you don't know, like, you're almost like trapped, if you will. Like, you're stuck in your thoughts and you can't move forward. It's like, I'm also hearing the Paula Abdul song, I take 2 steps forward. I think it's I take 2 steps forward, you take 1 step back, or you take 2 steps forward, I take 1 step back. I don't know which one it is, but I'm also hearing that song. So I'm not sure which what the right lyrics are, but that's the same song I'm also hearing. But I'm hearing this is the web you've weaved, Gemini. This is the number 5, because it's obviously five of blades, but 5 also means change is about to happen. So I feel like you're in this moment of change and transition, Gemini. And everything's right at a point. I've never seen it represented right at a point. So I feel like everything's, even if you're stuck, like you feel like you can't move forward, you feel like you can't move back, or you try to move forward a little bit and then you take like a half a step back, or you take 2 steps back and then you take like a baby step forward. Like from that song, I feel like some Geminis that's going to resonate with. Some Geminis are feel like they're completely stuck, like right here in the center, waiting for the spider almost to get them. You're right there in the middle. It actually almost creates a flower. Actually, you know what? Look. It creates a star. It creates a star. Do you see this? It creates a star. This is a star with the blades going out this way. And then in here is also a star. Do you see that? And then this is a bigger star. So there's actually 3 stars. And 3 is a very spiritual number. It actually means creation. It can mean the Holy Trinity. But I'm seeing 3 stars. And stars were, in the ancient Egyptian culture, stars were extremely profound, especially because there's not a circle around it. Stars with circles around it meant the underworld, like death, underworld. But there's no circles. So the stars in the ancient Egyptian culture actually represent, I want to make sure I don't mess this up, because I was just reading about it. It can mean time, it can mean transition, it can mean like protection. I don't want to like say the wrong thing or give you the wrong information, especially if I'm speaking to anybody who is in Egypt and knows the actual information. I want to make sure I give you precisely the correct information, because I've been reading about this all day because I was just fascinated by it. But the stars are very symbolic and extremely meaningful. Okay, of course, now that one's not going to pull it up. Also, in ancient Egyptian times, like, they highly respected the stars. They thought the stars, like, gave them purpose and meaning, and also helped connect them to the gods. That it helped. So they really kind of studied the stars from an astrological perspective, Gemini. So it gave them much deeper understanding to meaning for their own purpose and their own religious beliefs and how they would function. So it was very, very meaningful. They thought stars would help the kings rise to the heavens, but it was beyond just like the pharaohs and the kings being able to reach the heavens. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to find. This one I was reading earlier, because I was just amazed. course, each one's called by the god of, I don't know the name of the god of the star, so I apologize. You know what? I'll pause it and let me pull it up. Okay, so I'm probably going to butcher the name and I apologize. It's Seba, S-E-B-A, is the name of the god for the stars, and you have 3 of them here. And they don't have the circle around them. But Seba, and it meant the god that represented the god of all the constellations that the Egyptians would follow, because they were proud of being able to watch the stars change over time, you know, as they would watch them. So I feel like something's coming to a point for you, and that's why you're in your head. You're making it. You're coming to a change. Like you're at that with the 5, the changing point, and you're struggling. You're in your head over something. Like I said, it's the web you weave, and it's really, really dark purple, which makes me think indigo, which makes me think your 3rd eye. I almost wonder if some of you are having like your 3rd eye open. And when I say your 3rd eye, like with clairvoyance, you're like, oh, I can see in my 3rd eye. It's like I'm cooking eggs. I'm using eggs as an example. It's like you're cooking breakfast or eggs in the kitchen, right? And you're thinking, oh, I want to wear like those jeans today, and they're in, and you're thinking about where are they, and they're upstairs in the laundry room folded because they're still on top of the dryer because you washed them. So you can literally see them in your mind, right where they're folded on top of the dryer. That's seeing something in your 3rd eye. People don't understand. Sometimes you see things in your 3rd eye all the time. It's not, oh, I remember where I put them. It's, you can literally see where they are on top of the dryer, how they're folded, and where they are. You can literally see it. So sometimes people don't realize they're seeing things in their 3rd eye. They just think they're recalling something. What shocks people is if they're driving down the road and all of a sudden they're not thinking about where those jeans are and they see those jeans folded on top of the dryer. And that's when they get caught off guard. That's seeing something in your 3rd eye. There's other ways of being clairvoyant, but I feel like that you might be stuck in your head because maybe that happened to some of you Geminis. I do not know. I was told to say that, so that's why I did. You have the 9 of Cups here, which is Pisces and Jupiter, which means growth, expansion, abundance, positive energy. So it's going to keep growing and growing infinitely. Again, I'm seeing a lot of that indigo down here, like around your 3rd eye, and your crown chakra is all aglow. I feel like you're really grounded, Gemini. Like your root chakra, you're so grounded, which is hard to do when you're air energy, actually. But you're really, really grounded. I'm hearing you have a good sense of self. What's standing out to me, actually, are 3 cups. You see how big this cup is, and this cup, and this cup? It's like you have 3 big cups that run over with so much love that they can fill the others. See how much smaller these are? These 3 and these 3? There's so much love in this one that it just trickles down and fills those, and fills this one, and that fills those, which fills this one. But I feel like there's so much love here. You're not feeling it for yourself. You're not in alignment with yourself. You have so much love here. This is hard work, achievement, a lot of love, 3D world. But these 3 cups right here, I feel like you're giving out so much love to so many people. You're forgetting about yourself. Because I'm seeing a lot of hearts in here. Like, like husband first, children first, or husband, children, friends, or children, friends, animals, work. It's like, where's Gemini in here? Because the last pole is balancing perfectly on top of your head, Gemini. I think that's why you feel a little depleted, especially with it being next to the 5 of Blades. I feel like that's why you're like, feel a little stuck. You're forgetting about yourself. You feel like, yeah, you feel stuck in that web. You're forgetting about your own self-love, your own self-care. Like, what do you need to do to fulfill yourself? Even if it's just 5 minutes, even if it's just like, if you just have to go outside and like walk around the block for a minute, or like walk around your backyard, or just like mindfulness, or if it's sitting in the bathroom and reading some like article you like to read online, or a magazine, or you know, part of a book you like, you, because there's so many people in your home or something, you know, you just need to do something for you is what I feel like. You're giving too much to everybody else is how it feels. And you know it too. Because you can feel it. You feel it energetically right here as the High Priestess. So your own intuition's telling you you need time for yourself, Gemini. And this crescent moon right here in ancient Egyptian cultures is a very loving energy. It's a very nurturing energy. It also means fertility. So it's you're even telling yourself, and it's, look, right by your heart chakra. It's telling you, take time out for yourself and love yourself. Nurture yourself. But that's what the crescent moon would symbolize in ancient Egypt. So that makes me kind of nervous that you're not doing that. There's something else here too. So the lotus flower was so important in ancient Egypt. They had 2 colors that would bloom. They'd have blue and white, because ancient Egypt was really divided into, it's like kind of like the lowland and the highland, and part of it would grow white lotus flowers, and part would grow blue lotus flowers. And so you're surrounded by all these lotus flowers. And they would actually make perfume out of them. And it was like the scent that like only like the highest being, the most loving, the most noble could really kind of wear the perfume. So they're saying you're worthy of this love. You are divine. You are source. Gemini, you are worthy of all of this. Of these lotus flowers, of this love that's around you. Yeah, so the blue was this really important color because it also meant unification. If like the lower land, like when in ancient Egyptian times, if they were not getting along with like, I don't remember if the lower land was the white and the upper land was the blue lotus. I think it was, but reverse it if I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I don't remember at all. But the blue was the symbolism of unification, uniting. So being the high priestess, besides all of your crown chakra going off and all the colors of the indigo saying, you know, get in touch with your own intuition, it's also saying unify yourself, align yourself, because this is the ancient Egyptian symbol of unification, unifying to like the kingdom when it was like divided and not getting along. The blue lotus flower was a symbol of unification. So the high priestess is saying, with this crescent moon, nurture yourself, love yourself. If you're fertile, want to become pregnant, you can, if that's what you've been fighting. Those flowers are saying, you need to learn to love yourself again. Look at this that rises up behind you. It's the sun. And that's like the ultimate thing in ancient Egyptian culture. But you have all the power in you, Gemini. Just listen to your intuition. Quiet your mind and be still. You're also wearing the head symbol of the pharaoh. You are almighty, Gemini. You are all powerful. You are all knowing, Gemini. You have all the answers already within you. There's nothing you cannot do. There's nothing you cannot know. There's nothing you cannot see. There's nothing you cannot understand. If there's a problem you're trying to solve, you can solve it. Source, I'm using source in terms of God, in terms of angels, in terms of guides, in terms of your higher self, in terms of ascended masters, energy, your ancestors, all loving being that could possibly exist is working with you. See this? All coming down right here, in through you, right here. That's what all this white is, right here, coming down into you. It's working with you for your highest good because there's no more unconditional love than that. And it wants to work right here with you, Gemini. And you have the ability to call it in. It's just, do you want to? Do you want to ask for the help or guidance that you may need? That's what it's asking. Because they're like, we're right here. Basically, they're saying, we're right here, Gemini. You can phone a friend. We're right here. And you will be able to hear them. Some of you are trying to decide what is your life purpose. Some of you are trying to decide, are you with the right partner? Some of you are trying to decide, should you have a baby? Some of you are trying to decide, should you go off on a, like mission? Meaning, do I go to this other country and do mission type of work? These are the types of questions you're struggling with, like these major life altering decisions right now. And you already have the answer. You're just not listening. And when I mean listening, I don't mean you're going to hear like one or two of you may, but it doesn't usually come in the sound of like me talking, saying, hey, Gemini, yes, you are supposed to take that mission trip to Africa. Hey, Gemini, yes, you are with the right person and you're supposed to marry them. Hey, Gemini, this is the perfect time for you to have that third baby. It doesn't come to you like that. It comes to you as when you quiet your mind, when you quiet yourself. So for some of you, that's meditation. For some of you, it's just sitting quietly. For some of you, it's walking through nature. But it's just you being you. So I keep saying, align yourself, Gemini. You're giving all your love away and not leaving any for yourself. Align yourself. Be you. Understand you. and walk and just ask the question, what is it you're trying to figure out? And you might get the answer right away, and it might take a few days, but start to feel like it's that feeling. It's gonna be this natural feeling you have, this natural happiness towards, yes, I want to go on this mission to Africa. This is the only right path for me. I have to do this. It's just, it's in me. I must do this. Or it's gonna be this feeling of, you know, it just doesn't sit right for me right now. I'm really drawn to, you know, extending my studies in. I feel so drawn to go do studies in horticultural things. I'm making something up. So you're going to feel it. You know, is this the right person for me to marry? You will feel this love for this person. You're going to feel like this is the only person. My life would not be in alignment with this person. Will I be as happy without this person? Or would my life not be as fulfilled with this person? You'll feel the love. You'll get this overwhelming sensation with the answer. It's really the emotion you have to feel. Don't get in your head, because I'm an Aquarius. I get it, Gemini. We get in our head, we analyze. Go with that initial feeling. If you just live with the emotions, your questions are answered. That's what she's saying right here with the crescent moon, especially. Align yourself first. We'll give you the answer, but you gotta feel it. Because with the High Priestess being right next to the Hierophant, you're asking a pretty big question here. That's why you're so stuck. And again, remember how I saw 3 stars? 3 stars. 3 pyramids. 3 suns setting. The sun setting and the sun rising was a very, very big symbolic thing in ancient Egypt, because their god was Ra, the sun god. So this is a very big thing. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. 3s. Again, creation, meaning you can create anything. High Priestess, very powerful. The Hierophant is the major arcana for Taurus usually, but do you see how everything's going into your third eye? All this knowledge, how the pyramids were built, how the stars came into being, the suns behind you, how the gods of ancient Egypt were created. It's all being poured into your third eye. Because you're the High Priestess. It's like all this all-knowing knowledge can come right to you if you want. You just have to feel it. And some of you will just literally just like see it. I don't mean see it literally. 1 or 2 of you can do that, because some of us can literally, as clairvoyants, see an image, see a real, you know, we also just see things in our third eye. But he's holding it all up. It's very symbolic. It's being poured into his third eye. And he's shrouded in white, which is very divine. But with the Hierophant represents many things. For some of you, it means your life, part of your life's higher purpose. I need help, Spirit. I'm stumbling over the words. Because I'm getting some of you want to like break the mold of your family's traditions. And that could be like not aligning with the faith you were raised with. Like when I said go on a mission, maybe you want to become Mormon and go on a mission that aligns with the Mormon faith. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you are living your purpose, your happiness, your joy, what speaks to your heart, that's what matters. As long as you're not physically harming other people. But that may not have been the faith you were raised in. It may be completely contradictory. You may have been raised in a faith that didn't even believe in a God. You may have been raised atheist for all I know. So that may go, the Hierophant means like breaking like cultural traditions and beliefs. The Hierophant can mean serving out your life purpose. So some of you may be struggling. That's why I think we started with the Five of Blades, where you feel really stuck and you're at that point and you're not filling your own cup with love because you're trying to take care of everyone else. Some of you are struggling with, I don't want to do this anymore for my career. This doesn't even speak to me. I'm so miserable. I'm so unhappy. This really aligns with one of the readings I did for your next 24 hours. I gave this as an example. So this is really what it reminds me of. I'm going to use the same example I used there because I'm hearing to use the same example. Some of you may be, like, for example, be in law enforcement and have been in law enforcement, and your whole family, let's say, has been in law enforcement forever. And it's just not your calling anymore. You really felt that for a while and you were really happy doing that. And all of a sudden you're like, no, you went through this like experience, or you're having this experience, and all you want to do is do spiritual things, whatever they are. It could be learning about astrology, learning about numerology, learning about sacred geometry, learning about tarot. Maybe you want to tap into what your real psychic abilities are. Maybe you're a starseed. Maybe you have healing gifts. Maybe you want to do Reiki. I don't know. But that's what your passion is. That's what your love is. That's what speaks to you now. That's all you want to do. You just want to help people in a different way of helping people than people help people in law enforcement, because they help people just as much in law enforcement. But you have a different kind of feeling now of wanting to help people. So that's what the Hierophant is. It's like, here's your next life calling for your life purpose. So it also speaks to your life purpose. What's part of your life purpose? We don't have just one life purpose. Our life purpose, it's like we graduate grades, we learn lessons, we graduate, we go to the next lesson, we go to the next lesson, we go to the next lesson. We might have one overarching theme we actually kind of use throughout our life, but there's lots of things we're supposed to do in our lives, not just one thing. It also speaks to teaching, mentoring, being mentored, learning. So some of you may feel a real calling to going back to school. And you're like, people are going to think I'm crazy. I'm going back to school at this age, or I'm changing everything. You know, what's my family going to say if I go back to school? Or I want to change my major and I am in school and I'm almost ready to graduate. Some of you may really feel a calling to teach or mentor or teach people in an area that doesn't really have a lot of mentors in it. And then this also can mean marriage and connections and relationships. So for all of you, it's going to be different. It's dependent on your actual circumstance. If you're asking questions about being married, is this the right person for me? This doesn't mean this is the right person for you just because it popped up. No. The Hierophant's asking you to reflect and listen to your intuition as the high priestess. Does this person fit into your life? See how these stars perfectly align at this angle? See how beautiful this pyramid is with these two pyramids on the side with the sun setting behind them? See how perfectly these circles are behind each other? The ancient Egyptians were brilliant mathematically in what they figured out. in ancient Egyptian times. We're talking like thousands of years before things ever occurred. Way, way beginning of time. They figured things out mathematically. So, I mean, they built the pyramids. Come on. So, they understood constellations. They understood what they were. They could track them. They created things based off the constellations. They could understand what the sign Leo looked like. They understood the planet Venus and that she would come closer to the earth and then get further away from the earth. So they thought it was beautiful. They thought it meant death. They thought it meant it was kind of like what we call, Scorpio, the cycle of, death, birth, and renewal, like transformation. Because it would get really bright and then more dim and then just disappear. The planet of Venus would. I mean, you could only understand so much way back when, right? Because they could only observe. But still, it's quite remarkable when you think about it and how they could take that information and translate it and then put it into how they understood life. So the Hierophant isn't saying just because you're questioning, should I marry somebody? He's there. That's too literal. Tarot is not literal. It's asking you. The Hierophant being here next to High Priestess says you have the answers. He's here to help guide you to them. Is it speaking to your higher purpose? Is it he's challenging you. He said, you already know. I'm here to help guide you. Because they're in the same colors. They're just inverted. See up here, you're full of the light with the answers. Down here, the Hierophant has the knowledge around his head, but he has to hold it up above to try to reach the divine. The divine come directly to you because you're already surrounded with your intuition. Do you understand? The Hierophant's supposed to be just a man, where the High Priestess is supposed to be a god in these cards. And a god or a goddess, if you will. So, if you look at it from those terms, he's guiding you to tap into the abilities you already have. He's saying, here's what the potential possibilities are. I don't know which question you're asking. Any question you ask will be answered. You have the answers already, Gemini. You are God. Part of your soul comes from Source. We are all connected. We are all God. We are all one. That's what the Hierophant is saying. You already have the answers in you. You just have to listen. That's what he's really saying. He's not saying if you're asking about getting married, this means yes. If you're asking, should I take that sabbatical? The answer is yes. That's not what this means. He's telling you, you have to quiet your mind and find the answers, because in this, it means you are the only powerful one to actually find the answers yourself. I try to be really clear so I don't misguide people, because most people take the cards too literal. And then after that, you have the Ten of Cups, which means, and next to the, so it's next to the Hierophant, and what he's saying is, what this all means is, if you follow, I'm here, if you follow your heart, it leads you to total bliss. And following your heart means following your intuition, following that emotion. So that's what the Hierophant's saying. Because look at the burden he's carrying. He's carrying the weight of everything. I don't think you want to do that. He's the wise teacher teaching you as the High Priestess, especially if you're new to it, how to do it right. So he's telling you, Gemini, you can have all the love. 10 of Cups is ultimate love, ultimate happiness, ultimate fulfillment with whatever you're doing. It's like you can't feel any more joy, any more love, any more happiness, fulfillment, excitement. Nothing else could make you it's a wish come true. It's like somebody granted you a wish, is what I'm hearing. It's like a fairy godmother granted you a wish, is what I'm being told. That's what it feels like. It's an overwhelming, extraordinary love that you will feel. I'm going to pause because my camera's going to reboot 1 second. And you know why you get the 10 of Cups? Because you listen to your intuition, and look, you're also in perfect alignment. Do you see how perfectly aligned this is? I could literally cut this card right in half, and it's a perfect mirror. And that's what you want. You want to be in perfect alignment. When you're in alignment with yourself, you have enough love for yourself. You love yourself all the way down here and all the way up here, and you have enough love to flow out. Do you see how this is flowing out? So you're look how your energy field is. Your aura is extended all the way out. So you have enough love to give to everybody you want to give, and you have all the love centered for yourself here. We're over here, look. 9 of Cups. The cups are all over the place. Look at how much more centered you are. So you become much more aligned with yourself. You have self-love first, and then it flows out of you. Do you see how that happens, Gemini? That's what the Hierophant is teaching you as a High Priestess. Usually the High Priestess is teaching the Magician, because the Magician has all the tools but doesn't know how to use them. And the High Priestess does, because she has all the intuition and knows how to use all the tools. But the Hierophant's really teaching you this time, Gemini. That's how you get out of the 5 of Blades, where you're stuck right now. And you're aglow. Do you see how much you glow? Look how big your aura is. That's because you're vibrationally higher. So you're just generating love. That's how happy you are. So you make the right decision. And remember, whatever decision you make is always the right choice. If you follow what you feel, you're following your right path. So you make the right choice. It's when you go against what you really feel and really want, you go down the path of least resistance. And then that's the path that's going to have a little bit more trouble. You'll get guided back to your right path, but that's when it gets a little bit more bumpy, if you will. Because you have the 8 of Cups right here. And do you see how, like, it almost looks like these are obstacles, or to me, these look like mountains right up here. Something inside one of these cups. I just can't make it out that well. This is Pisces and Jupiter energy. So the 8 of Cups just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. And you only ended up in the 10 of Cups because you walked away. Because this is underneath the Hierophant and the High Priestess. Because you listened to your intuition and how the Hierophant was guiding you. You walked away from what didn't serve you. You're like, yeah, I don't want to be around energy fields that aren't for me. I don't want to do a job that doesn't serve me, or I don't want to be with somebody I actually don't really love, or I don't want any more children, or I don't want children, so I'm not going to have children just to make somebody happy. So you listen to your intuition, and you made the choice that was best for you. That's why Cups. Otherwise, you can see what you would have had to climb to get back up to the top, to start all over again. I mean, like I said, we hit bumps along the way if we don't take the right path, and that's okay. I haven't always taken the right path. I ignore it and do what I want, and then I'm like, oh man, that was a bad one. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's being human. That's having a human experience, right? That's why we're here. But that's exactly why I think Spirit wanted to talk to you, Gemini. They're like, we're right here with you right now. We're trying really hard to point you in the right direction because we know you're trying to make some kind of important decision. Maybe some of you are deciding to move or not move. But that's why they don't want you to, I'm hearing, have these additional obstacles if you don't need them. That's why they're trying to talk to you. And then you end with the awakening. Again, with more lotus flowers. So this card is really interesting in this deck because it's very different than what we know in traditional tarot. In traditional tarot, this would be called a judgment card, but it's not the judgment card. It's actually known as the Age of Aquarius, is how she named it for this deck. And it's also considered fire energy. It's also considered going, though, through like a major transformation or transition or like change or reckoning kind of thing. It feels like you followed the path you're supposed to be taking, whatever that path is. And this is your spirit guide right here. And see this? Like you're lit up. You're glowing. In ancient Egyptian cultures would be considered like the sun god Ra, right? So like source is with you. Like I said, source is all encompassing. God, angels, spirit guides, ascended masters. Allah, anything you believe in. It's all those things. I'm just calling it source. Your ancestors, everything that you could possibly believe in or love is what I'm seeing right here. But it's like you accepted whatever spoke to you. So let's say it was, I want to take this new work experience. It's like, they're like, oh my gosh, we're so excited. I see one of your guides right here who's ungreen, just full of, green is the heart chakra. Just total unconditional love. Unconditional love you and I cannot comprehend as human beings. And they're putting on your new, what's the word? I'm hearing armor, but it's like your new wardrobe, your new, I'm covered in the chills. And those of you who know the channel, every time I get covered in the chills, it's definitely confirmation of what I'm hearing. Because I hear my main spirit guide, literally like I'm talking to you. It's always in my right ear. I'm hearing armor, but for some of you, I'm hearing vestido, vestida, ropa. But it's armor, but it's not armor like going into battle. It's like you've accepted this. Oh, yeah, I'm hearing you've accepted this mission because it's part of your soul purpose and they're so excited. So if it's having a baby, if it's getting married, if it's going on this trip, if it's going on this mission, if it's changing, life course and taking a different career path, if it's ending a relationship, if it's not having a baby, whatever your situation is this is part of your soul path. This is part of your life journey. This is exactly what you're supposed to be doing if you listen to your intuition and follow your heart, because they're saying you did. I'm hearing like so much applause right now. It sounds like I'm like at some kind of like famous symphony, and they're all in like and they're showing it to me. Everyone's in what's it called, black tie. All the men are in tuxes, all the women are in black dresses, and yeah, they're all in like formal wear. They're all in different color dresses, but I'm seeing some black, and they're all it's like a standing ovation. Everyone's clapping. It's like you're getting this massive award on stage because you accepted it. They're so excited. So that's what you are. They're like crowning you with your new, I'm hearing cloak, your new armor, your new cloth. They're prepping you. Because see how her, like, or his or arms are like crossed, like to be like being dressed. They're like dressing you the way you need to be. They're preparing you for this next big experience you're gonna have in life. And everything is indigo and crown chakra except for the heart. And that's your guide. And this is source right here. I mean, this is more love than that kind of love. I don't even know how to even articulate it. I wish I was a poet. Oh, how funny. This card falls out. Look at these 3 cards. These 3 cards, the colors are all the same. The Awakening, the High Priestess, and the Hierophant. They're all in the same colors. So Gemini, you are really stepping into your power, or you're stepping into a major aspect of your life purpose. And it's going to bring you more happiness and love than you'll ever have known or experienced before, is what I'm hearing. This is just a fleeting moment. You're going to get out of this really fast, this 5 of Blades. You're just going to, I'm hearing, maneuver this really quickly. It's only those of you who refuse to listen to your intuition, which is, they're saying is okay. There's no problem with that. They'll help you. If you end up here, they're going to help you right through it. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. No problem. That's exactly what I'm hearing. Do not worry, Gemini, if you feel you made the wrong choice. They're going to help you get right back on track, and it's not a big deal. So it doesn't really matter. They're going to help you if you feel like, oh no, I'm climbing Mount Everest alone. You're never climbing Mount Everest alone. Don't ever think that. But this is really a huge moment for you, kind of transition into like, it's like graduating from like 8th grade and going all the way to like university. You're jumping into like a major life purpose moment, and it's kind of exciting. I'm really happy for you because you're going to feel a lot of bliss, ecstasy, love, joy, fulfillment. That's what I'm hearing. And it will just continue and grow deeper and stronger as you continue on your journey. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing. If you have any questions, you can always leave a comment or email me below. I am so grateful for all of you.